All right. So, welcome aboard. And Jessica, before we get started, is it okay if you introduce a bit of yourself and your business background so we would know you more?
Sure. Well, my
Thank
name is
you.
Jessica Atchison. I live in Southern Oregon in the United States, and I have a podcast called Real Raw Mama, where empaths get real and raw about the mother wound or the feminine wound. It has a lot of different meanings to a lot of different people. And I'm also a holistic wellness architect. So I look for breakthrough products and technologies in the holistic wellness space that really transform health within the nervous system and help optimize hormones. And
Well,
I have a 2 year old, so I'm constantly multitasking.
same here with me. Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing, Jessica. So, are you open as well to work with gentlemen or men, men
Oh
VAs?
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, I just thought. Okay, so thank you so much for sharing, Jessica. Let's have our VAs introduce themselves as well, and then feel free to ask questions along the way. Okay. So we should start first with Rochelle. Thank you, sis.
Hello, good afternoon, Jessica, and hello, Rachel. How are you?
Very well. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you. Hello, once again. I am Rachel Anangana, and I have worked as a virtual assistant, performing a variety of responsibilities, including scheduling appointments, generating leads, managing social media accounts, marketing, e-commerce, and designing graphics, which I can edit good quality, a professional one content like videos and pictures. I know how to use variety of tools like Active Campaign for email marketing and Buffer and Hatsuite for scheduling content. In order to set up appointments and do cold prospecting, I also made phone calls and sent direct messages. I was also highly involved in lead generation, which included posting on various social media sites. I can generate hot leads through my posted contents, such as when someone comments or like my post, I will respond to their comment and send them a DM. And then the powerful technique of building a strong rapport will be used. I have to be natural and genuine enough to make them feel more comfortable, and that is when I will offer them my services. I am a versatile person, a quick learner, and a goal oriented. So I am confident that I can do whatever the client wants me to do so. Because I believe that if we have the will and the perseverance, we can learn anything. I actually added you on Facebook and followed your accounts, and I can say that your service is pretty amazing to help others learn and grow. And that is something that I can relate to. I can assist you in streamlining your work processes, and if I can go above and beyond what you expect from a VA, I would be more than pleased to provide the highest caliber of work. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Rochelle. Do you have a question for her, Jessica?
Yeah, I'm curious if so I'm looking for people who know how to work with apps like Descript. Are you familiar with that? And there's a lot of new apps coming out with AI like CapShow that basically you can upload your audio and then it will create your content for you and then you can get it out to all the platforms.
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect.
All right, thank you. Let's go next with O'Brien. Thank you, sis.
Hello, I'm O'Brien and I'm a mom of two. I've been a financial advisor and an ESL teacher before. During pandemic, I indulged myself learning VA tasks, especially freelancing course and SEO. I was first hired as a general virtual assistant in QVA, and I've been in QVA for almost a year and a half. I've worked for coaches and product based as a virtual assistant. I have an experience in variety of tasks, including graphic design, creating simple videos and lead generation, and community management. I also work with email marketing and scheduling. I create opt-ins and campaigns for events to gather quality leads. I have basic knowledge in web design and SEO, and also work with Facebook ads in the past. I've assisted a podcast manager before. I've created cover arts and snippets like a video sneak peek and posting it all in social media platforms for the audience to be curious of what the topic is all about and who's their guest for the next podcast, and inviting them to join to listen to their podcast. I am skilled at managing and assisting with administrative and organizational tasks. I have experience with variety of tools as well and system, and I am comfortable of learning new technologies as needed. I have that hunger and learning to help my clients and for my personal growth as well. Thank you.
Thank you, O'Brien. Okay, your turn, Jeffren.
Hi, Jessica. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can.
Thank you for having me here. Now, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Jeffrey Senas. As a virtual assistant for almost a year now. I have experience managing different social media platforms such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. My goal is to establish a strong presence across all relevant social media platforms that you are using. This involves using a SMM omnipresent strategy, which means constantly sharing high quality content across all channels. To achieve this, I would focus on growing the community by engaging with followers and creating a two-way conversation. I believe that the key to success on social media is to build rapport with the audience. So I would prioritize responding to comments, direct messages, and mentions. In addition, I would leverage the power of podcasting to create audio content that can be shared everywhere. Podcasting has exploded in popularity in recent years. And it provides a unique opportunity to connect with an engaged audience who are actively seeking out new content. By creating a high quality podcast and sharing all across channels, we can attract new followers and establish ourselves as thought leaders in our industry. Overall, my approach to social media management is to be strategic, authentic, and consistent. By focusing on SMM omnipresence, growing the community, and leveraging the power of podcasting, I am confident that I can help your social media presence to the next level. In addition, when it comes to graphic design, I love using Canva for editing photos and creating graphics. For videos, I use CapCut and Canva as well to add some visual flair. In terms of lead generation, I've mainly focused on organic marketing methods, creating engaging content that grows people in and spark their interest. I've also used email marketing through platforms like ActiveCampaign to stay in touch with our audience and nurture leads. I think that's all.
Thank you. Your turn now, Dom.
Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. First of all, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be interviewed for virtual assistant position. I'm Doms, and I'm excited to share with you why I would be a valuable addition to your organization. With 5 years of experience as a virtual assistant and a social media manager, including my recent role at Gitzilla, an e-commerce brand store where I serve as a Shopify store manager and social media manager, I have gained expertise in managing social accounts, emails, and fulfilling Shopify orders. My supervisors and coworkers often commend my hardworking nature, flexibility, and quick learning abilities. I excel in digital marketing, particularly in paid ads and content creation, graphics, short videos, reels for social accounts. And I would describe myself as somebody who is very positive. I am conscientious in my work and I'm hardworking. Furthermore, as virtual assistant, I have developed excellent organizational and multitasking skills, which have been critical in managing and prioritizing tasks, scheduling appointments, and handling correspondence in a timely and efficient manner. And I have also followed you in Instagram and Facebook. That's it.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, guys. Feel free to ask questions, Jessica, if you have one. Thank you.
Well, it sounds like you all have very similar, amazing skill sets, so it's going to be really hard to make a decision. But yeah, mostly what I'm really looking for is to be able to provide someone with either the video content. I do lives on Instagram and Facebook, and taking that content and then turning it into content that can be put on multiple platforms and or like clips and different things. And then within my podcast, just having someone who knows how to not necessarily edit. I'm not really looking so much for an editor, but I'm really just looking to like give you the episode and then have you take that and turn it into different types of content to be put out into multiple platforms. So I don't know if I really have any questions, unless you want to help me with any questions, Rachel.
I mean, I'd be curious to know if any of you guys are familiar with any of the AI software. I know you mentioned Descript. I use one called Video, which basically you can take like a video and break it into 1 minute reels or break it into content. Are any of you guys familiar? Because it sounds like that's really what Jessica wants to do with her. Both your video and what about audio podcasts? Are you wanting to turn audio podcasts into posts and social media as well?
Yes, absolutely. And then I also, if possible, I mean, this doesn't have to happen now, but I've been told that you can take audio because I don't record video for my podcast, but I've been told you can take audio and turn it into almost like a cartoon, if you will, of your podcast.
Like Potune or some of those other
Right.
softwares. So mostly it's going to be actually taking your content, repurposing it, and giving you an omnipresence on multiple social media platforms, right? Is what you're really looking for. So to grow your audience, really to grow your audience, get leads. And what is your end goal, Jessica? Is that really to get people to listen to your podcast or ultimately buy your product? So if these guys are trying to generate you leads, would they be booking appointments? Would they be driving traffic to a certain location?
Right now, it's just about driving traffic to the podcast, which has all of my products will be featured through the podcast. So yeah, it's really just about driving traffic there. And then also I have a Facebook group that I haven't actually invited anyone to yet. So yes, it would be about building that group as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's what one thing I have my VA do every day is work on like building my group, adding connections on different social media platforms to kind of build my audience and build awareness about who I am and what I do. And then for you, I think it's really omnipresence and repurposing a lot of content. So with that being said, do any of you feel like, raise your hand if you feel super confident in all of those in those areas? Who feels really confident in being able to kind of take, because really you've got content that you really need to be kind of repurposed.
Right. I have a lot of content, and it's just a matter of getting it out there into all of the platforms and finding different ways to feature the content. And yes, very much utilizing tools like AI that can create cool things like videos and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to share because for my past clients, we've been doing webinar. And the thing is, in the webinar, we will be recording the webinar. And when the next day, I will be editing the videos so that I can post contents on different social media platforms. Like I will be posting the recorded webinar that is edited by me. So we'll be posting that in Instagram, LinkedIn, and different social media platforms. So I think I have the strength, or I can really help you repurpose your account since I've been doing that for my past clients. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, on my part, like I said, I created snippets for my post podcast manager. I do post it in different platforms as well for them to be curious of what the topic is all about, who's the guest, and what will they gain for the podcast. So I don't have much knowledge in using AI as it sounds as I hear it. It sounds amazing. I would gladly be uh, learn it as soon as possible. Like Rachel said, you can cut the video for only a minute. So that would be amazing, and I would gladly be happy to learn it for you. Um, I also do cover arts for podcasts, and also on my uh, client right now, we do also webinars, and we cut the marketing part. We post also in different groups for our audience to see what we are offering. So that's what I do.
Great. Thank you so much.
For me, I can see that I am fairly confident that I can do it. System can be learned, so I can do it.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm also very confident with that task. I do video editing. I use Filmora and CapCut. I use AI like Dale, AI or ChatGPT. I'm good at it. So I'm very comfortable with my past experience of doing that.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Is there any other questions?
I don't think I have any other questions. You have any others you can think of? Rachel, you're really good at this.
You take the lead, Rachel.
Well, she's been like kind of like a business coach to me ever since we've met. So
Yeah, and I think like thinking about your growth and what you want to do in the future, I think definitely having somebody who's really good at building your audience, but also then drive traffic and generate leads. One of the things that my assistant does amazingly is like she books me meetings all the time. So I have appointments on my calendar where I actually get to get in front of people and then invite them into my offers. So, when you and I start to strategize a little more about the journey, the customer experience and journey, you want them to actually invest in you at some point, just
right.
like you're investing in having an assistant. So you want to build your audience and your rapport, but I think also being able to create, and this is something you and I can do together, is really create your funnel system and then have your VA be able to really get people into that funnel in a very efficient way. So, I know like I'm amazed at, I look at the end of the day at what she's accomplished and how many connections, and they keep coming through even after she signs off. I see people like booking meetings and making connections, and I'm literally blown away every day because I don't like have time for all of that, of course. So I think you really want someone not only who can take your content, repurpose it, really build your presence simultaneously. I think building your group and getting really clear about your offers. So I'd say that's something you and I can work on, and then we work together with whichever amazing VA here you choose on the system to really get them to drive you traffic and leads. And even if that means you're highlighting some of the different products and just kind of getting organized and strategic about your different topics and aligning products that they can buy with your weekly podcasts and whatnot. So there's ways this can all work together and be orchestrated really beautifully and get organized. And that's what I think these VAs are so great at doing. It's just, for me at least, helping keep me organized and not all over the place, which I am.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that would be the other part of the content, is also creating posts that are about different products that I share in my podcasts and things like that.
Yeah. And I know a couple of you mentioned you have some site, web design and whatnot. And so I think, eventually being able to really update like your site, pictures of all your products, create it, when you're ready for that to really help kind of build that as well. So, and then I think, Jessica, you just need to think about, like, I have my VA works like from now, our time, because we're in the same time zone, we live close to each other, but she works from now until like 2 a.m., which is 9 a.m. to 5. Mine's full time till 5 p.m. in the Philippines. So you just need to think about, like, do you want your VA to like work together? I'm always available for mine, even though she can sometimes go do work independent. If I go do other things, we have kind of pretty consistent communication. We don't get on Zoom every day, but we do get on Zoom probably a couple times a week. And so you kind of have to think about that because of the 15-hour time difference, or 15 hours ahead of us.
Right. Okay.
Well, that's really amazing. If you wanted to collaborate with Jessica's VAs and Rachel, then that's amazing. You can build a relationship between the two groups, since you two have already been good friends. So,
Yeah.
amazing. Okay, so if you no longer have questions, let's turn the table. Let's ask our VAs if they have questions for you guys before we wrap up the call. Anyone have questions for them?
I would like to ask if what are the problems that you're currently facing in your business now?
The problem that I'm currently facing is showing up consistently on social media, because I have all this content, but I really honestly don't like social media that much. I mean, I kind of love it sometimes, but mostly it just gives me anxiety. And so I have a lot of great content and things that could be put out there and shared, but I just feel overwhelmed about knowing how to do it and doing it consistently.
Thank you. I can definitely help you with that if you give me the chance. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for the question.
Who else, guys? But they are shy to ask questions. Okay. All right. So yeah, thank you so much for your time. Jessica and Rachel, I wonder if you are able to announce now who you wanted to work with, or would you like to sleep on it before you decide?
Yeah, I think I want to chat with Rachel for a minute, and then then I'll get back to you if that's okay.
Okay, perfect. No worries. We'll would love to hear from you soon, and just tag the name of the VA on the chat, please, on the mastermind chat before we can schedule our onboarding call.
Okay, perfect. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Nice to meet
Thanks.
you.